Good morning, everyone, and thanks for taking the time to join today's webinar with Diligent. Today's webinar will be on the subject of reducing reputational risk for your higher education organisation. My name is Holly Groom, and I'm the Senior Marketing Manager here in London for the UK and Ireland at Diligent. And I'm joined today by my colleague Misa Elgstead, who's the Sales and Business Development Manager in London for the education sector. Before I hand you over to Misa in just a few seconds, I have a couple of housekeeping notes. Today's webinar will be 30 minutes long. We are recording it and we will provide a copy of the recording in the next 24 hours. Please feel free to forward this along to any colleagues or board members who may not have been able to join today's webinar. And we do welcome questions throughout the webinar, so if you'd like to ask us a question, you can do so via the GoToWebinar panel on the right-hand side of your screen. We'll answer as many questions as we can during the webinar, and anything that we don't have time for, we'll come back to you over email. Finally, we do have a couple of polls today, and we would very much appreciate if you could participate. And with that, I'm going to hand you over to Misa. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you very much, Holly. Good morning, everyone. As Holly mentioned, my name is Misa Elgstedt, and I'm the Sales and Business Development Manager at Diligent, that's specifically focusing on the higher education sector here in the UK. You probably noticed, based on my name and accent, that English is not my first language. If I speak too fast, which happens quite often, just let me know by using the chat function, and I will do my best to slow down. So the agenda for today, I will go through from left to right what is reputational risk and why it matters to you. And then we are going to look how can systems help reduce reputational risk. And we will also take a look at a typical process from an administrator's view in creating and delivering board meeting materials and how directors can receive, reviewing it, and annotate the information. Finally, I'm very pleased to show how it all works together on the Diligent Boards system. But before we get down to that, it will be interesting to see how people are collating their materials. You will see now a poll asking the question, how are your documents being currently distributed? As you can see, there are 5 options for you to choose. 1, documents are printed and delivered by courier. Or 2, documents are created as a PDF first and then sent via email. Or 3, you may be using a solution like Dropbox or Google Drive for file sharing. Or 4, you may be using your own custom developed in-house tools. Or the final option, you may already be using a board portal such as Diligent provides. We are just waiting a few seconds before closing the poll and then displaying the result in a moment. And as we can see here now that as I can see, one moment, bear with us, we're still waiting for the vote. As we can see, the majority of you are using PDF and sent via email, and then the second part are using paper. This is not a surprise, obviously. The result is pretty much aligned with our previous surveys that we have done before. So the typical concerns that we see around PDF and email are 1 or 2 things. First of all, the usability around it. It's not as easy to navigate around the PDF. And then the second part is the security of sending documents in PDF and via email. Reputation matters. We can all agree that reputation is important. For example, reputation is one aspect of why people choose university or higher education establishment. Just thinking back when I was choosing a university, the criteria I had, beside from the subjects, I wanted to study and where the university was located was its reputation, hoping it will help me to land a job at a potential employer when I graduate. And today we can see that universities have become a huge business. According to a 2014 report by Universities UK, they calculated that actually universities in the UK are contributing as much as £73 billion on an annual basis to the national economy. This is almost 3% of the UK GDP. And in order to compete in the higher educational marketplace, the governing bodies must be prepared to respond swiftly to the rapid regulatory, financial, and technological changes. And also in this digital age with the social media and all, it is where the news gets out very fast. It's also important to avoid any potential reputational risk. As you probably know, cybersecurity, there are many different kinds of crises, and cybersecurity is one of them. Here are a few examples of the data breaches we hear. So the history tells us about that damage caused by corporate crisis is usually determined more by the quality of the response than by the severity of the crisis itself. Take TalkTalk, for example, as you see on your upper right corner there. I know it's not related to the higher education sector. However, it is something that happened not too long ago, and most people are probably aware of it. So last year in October, the company TalkTalk got hacked and their customers' personal details were stolen. When this became public, one of the questions that was raised to the CEO of TalkTalk was where their data was stored and was it encrypted. At the time, the CEO wasn't able to provide any answers at all. When the same question came up 80 hours later, the CEO was still not able to give any response to that. But in this case, if the CEO had instead been able to respond swiftly and honestly, that would have possibly created an opportunity to show decisive leadership and a commitment to values. We all know when a crisis occurs, spotlight usually falls on the CEO, but handling a crisis successfully is normally the result of a great teamwork among the CEO, Board of Trustees, and Board Secretary. So the board must provide its advice and experience to the management. It must also safeguard the interests of their shareholders. So in the case of higher education, their boards, the donors, the taxpayers, members, citizens, and students. And all of that falls under the board secretary to ensure that the processes are followed, proper documentation is kept, and information flows smoothly. And this requires planning in advance. So broadly speaking, two things need to be in place. One, establish a crisis management plan, and second, develop a communication infrastructure. So here, as you can see, are some of the common features of a crisis. Often, the situation rises unexpectedly. Take the same example with TalkTalk. Everything was fine, business as usual, until they got hacked. And what happens after that point? Yes, it requires urgent decision immediately. And during that period, the time is very short and critical information needs to be received instantly. So Here are 4 requirements that you should look for in a system that would help reducing reputational risk. So the first one is minimize risk of overlooking crucial information. You want to have a system where all the critical information are in place and easy for you to search for. And second of all, it should allow immediate access to critical information wherever you are in the world. Because as I mentioned in the previous slide, crises happen unexpectedly and you never know where you are, and it has to be at your fingertip to access those information. Obviously, all the information that are confidential, you want it to be secure. And finally, you want the system to promote collaboration amongst board members. In this digital age, different people sits in different locations, and that system needs to allow effective collaboration. So what is a board portal? A board portal is a faster, I would say, a better and a more secure way for your administrative staff to prepare and deliver the board materials. And then it's a faster and easier and secure way for your board members to instantly access that information at their fingertip. Here, what you see now is what I would say a typical process from an administrator's perspective. So on the left-hand side, you see the different departments of an organization who might contribute content to the board material. That content can come in a wide variety of format like Excel files, Words, PDF, PowerPoint, etc. It is the responsibility of the administrator in the middle, as you can see on the picture there, to pull all the information together and collate it into a board meeting package to send out to the directors in time for them to review ahead of the meeting. And also you can see on the right-hand side at the bottom, there are maybe updates that are provided and need to be catered for. For example, last-minute papers or additions that come in, and including those in a way so the directors can work more efficiently. So once you have sent the package to your directors in the old way, when you are using papers, they will receive it at the doorstep, and they will when they receive it, they will like to usually review it, make some notes, share the comments, and vote on that. So now I'm gonna go into to show you how it actually works with our system. So bear with me a moment. I'm gonna just switch to our system here. Okay. So currently what you see is the landing page of the admin view. This is a quite powerful tool. It can be highly configured according to the way you work. You don't need to change much your current workflow. But today, on this session, I'm going to just show you how easy it is to build a board meeting book in just a few minutes compared to using paper, who usually takes a couple of days. So what you do is you simply right-click on the mouse, and here you choose Create Book from Scratch. And it will ask you to choose a meeting date. So if your board meeting is on, for example, 21st of June, you just choose that, and then you enter the title name. So I'm just going to enter June Council Meeting, for example, and click OK. So what you see now is a blank page. Here is where you create the structure of your board book. I'm going to show how easy it is to upload all your documents into our system using the bulk upload functionality. So as I show you in the admin slide process before, usually you collect all your documents and you put it in a folder like this. As you can see, all the folders. In the folders, I have all the different files in different formats. It's in PDF, PowerPoints, Word, image, it can be spreadsheet, etc. What's good about this is you do not need to convert it to PDF first. You can just use the original format as it is. And what you do is you simply click on that folder and you drag it over to our system and then release. And here it will ask you how would you like your tab structure. Most of our customers will like to have every document have their own section. So under the tab structure, I'm just going to click on Create Tab per File. And you can see it automatically lay out the format for you. And you just click Import. And what it does now is it quickly uploads into our system. So the moment you click import, the files will be encrypted and then uploaded into our server in Germany securely. And then it will convert it into our own format. Actually, when it has been uploaded 50%, it has done most of the work. You can actually turn off your laptop and do something else. For example, making yourself a coffee or a tea and relax and just wait till it finishes, like this, as you can see. And the next step for you to do now is approve this. And to do so, you simply click on the approve button. You don't need to click it on every single one of them. You just need to click it once and it will take you to the approve page. And here you will see on the left side the structure and on the right side the documents. So here you can have a two-steps approval process or just one step. If you have a two-steps approval process, usually you just approve the content, but it's not ready to publish it yet. And then when you're ready to publish it, you just approve it final. In this example, I'm just gonna approve the content for it to be ready to be published, since everything looks good to me. So I'm gonna go to approve final here. And here you have some choices. You can either approve document per document, section by section, or the entire book. I'm happy with the entire book, so I'm just going to approve it like this. And then I'm going to click yes. What you see here on the left-hand side is it has changed color from red to black, and that's how you know you have approved this and it's ready to be published. So I'm just going to close the approve window here. So now it's important for you to publish it to your directors, and to do so you go to the upper left side on the book status here. It says hidden. You simply click on it and you go and you change from hidden to current. Once you've done that and click OK, that means now it has been published to your directors. All your directors who's sitting in that committee can see the documents. And to notify it, you can use our built-in email system here and click on it. It will then automatically pop up all your board members' email addresses, and you just let them know, hey, a new board book has been published, please review this, and you press and it will be sent to your directors. And that is how easy it is to create a board meeting book from scratch and publish it to your directors. But before I end this, I would like to show you some other scenarios. So, for example, as I mentioned, you might get late papers. What happens when you get late papers and you need to replace a document? You just open the folder where the document is. You click on the document you would like to replace it with. You drag it over on the existing document and you release. And here you can click Mark as Revised saying new agenda, for example, to let your directors to know what has been changed. And you simply click Upload. And in a few seconds, you will see the agenda here. It will be changed to agenda version 1, like this. And let's say you need to complement with additional documents. To do that, you just click on the documents you would like to add. It can be 2 or 3 or, yeah, as many as you like. And you just drag it over to the section you would like to add it. Either it's in the minutes or in the CEO report. And it can be before or after an existing document, as you can see. And the same way, when you replace the document, you just release your mouse and you click Upload No Preview. And that's how you add additional documents. And the final scenario could be, for example, your agenda has changed and you need to change the structure. To do so, I'm going to just click on Collapse All Tabs here for you to easily see. So let's say the investment plans are now going to be before the CEO report. You just click on that tab section and you drag it above like this and release, and the system will automatically reorder it for you like this, as you can see. And that's how easy you reorder your structure. And the good thing is you don't need to remember which page number it was, because that will be automatically remembered for you, the system. So this is from the admin side. Now I would like to show you how it works from a director's perspective. Bear with me a moment. I'm gonna switch to my iPad using Air Server, who's gonna mirror so you can see my iPad screen. So as you can see now, full screen. Okay. So here is an application for the iPad on the Director's View. To access it, you simply type in your unique username and password to log in. Once you've done that, it will ask you to select a board. So some of your directors may sit on multiple boards for different universities or different companies. And if all of those are using Diligent Solution, they may access those different boards with one login, which makes it easier to remember one password. So here, I sit on 4 different boards. I would like to enter Gamma University. I simply press on that, and it would take me there. And as you can see, this is the bookshelf view of all the committees I'm allowed to see. So here you can see I sit on the Academic Council, the Audit, and the Finance Committee. So we just created a new board book and publish it. So as a director, we'll see it as new. And to access it, you simply tap on the circle on the book, and it would download a secure and encrypted copy down to my device. So now once it has been downloaded, even if I'm traveling, don't have any internet access, I can still review the documents. And if you have created any late papers updates, it will see here as updates available. Same here, you download it by tapping the circle. The difference between the new one is the new one downloads the full complete book, which if it's 200 pages or 300 pages, it does that, while the updates only download those updates. And you can see the updates immediately by tapping the update history here. So instead of like with hard copies or PDF, you have to scroll and find where the updates are. You tap on it and it will immediately tell you where those are, and if you go there, it will take you to that specific page. And now I'm gonna open the book that I have downloaded. You can do so by either tapping the book or tapping go to the agenda. So as you can see, we have made it very simple and it's not too overly complicated. This is meant to have a feel and work like a book. Unlike PDF, you scroll endlessly to the very end page. This is fixed nicely within the screen. So to navigate around it, you can simply swipe or tap to the right to move forwards like this. Tap to the left to move backwards. And on the bottom of the screen, you can see there's a slider. You can use that one to scroll to the specific section or the page you would like to go to. And you can do that through the entire book. You do not have to go in and out of sections. And let's say the chairman or the chief executive saying, let's all go to page 100. You can do so by simply tapping on the lower bottom corner here. And you can type 100 and tap go, and it will take you there. And some of the directors might would like to have the agenda next to the document. That is easily done by tapping on your upper left corner on the icon there. And you can see takes you there. And if you tap on any section like the financial section at the credit risk report, it will take you there. And that's how easy it is to navigate around the book. And the final thing that the directors would like to do is, for example, if they go to a specific page and they would like to make some notes, they can do so by tapping the pen icon here. And here you can either choose to highlight, very simple like this, or you can use the pen to scribble some notes like this. Or if you would like to write longer notes, you just simply use the sticky note like this. And by default, everything are saved as private. However, if you would like to share with others, you can do that by tapping the private icon here. Once you've done that, you can choose to share with everyone in that meeting group or a specific user. So if I have a specific question to Holly, I choose her. I press OK to confirm and then click share. And that's how easy you share it with others. And if you have come to a specific page and you don't have any time to make any notes, you can simply bookmark by tapping on your upper right corner. And that's how easy it is for the directors to receive information, reviewing it, and make notes. So that's what that was what I wanted to show you from the admin side and from the director side. So just bear with me when I change back. So let's see here. So what I wanted to show you is a few numbers for Diligent. I'm not going to go through everything. What I wanted to highlight from this slide is we have currently over 4,000 customers. In those are over 100 education and colleges worldwide. And what I'm most proud to tell you about is our client retention rate. We have one of the highest client retention rate in the industry. So out of those 4,000 customers, 99% continuously renew, and that is down to our services and the support that we provide. Yes, and now I would like to hand it back to Holly to see if there is any questions.
Thanks, Misa. We are actually running a little short on time, so we have had a number of questions through, but we will make sure we'll come back to you over email on those just to make sure that we've answered all of your questions. So in the interest of time, we'll move on to the final slide of today. If you'd like to learn more about Diligent, you can visit our website, www.diligent.com, and there you'll find lots of different resources from white papers, case studies from our existing customers, including a number of public sector customers, and you will also have the option to schedule a demonstration. You may have just seen Misa's contact details on the slide before, but in case you didn't, I will send out a copy of those in the email that I send you later on today or tomorrow morning with a copy of the recording. So all that remains for us to say is thank you very much for joining us today. We hope you found the demonstration and presentation useful, and we look forward to hearing from you soon. Thank you very much and have a great day. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.